distinct hatred against it.
Oh, I love that map. It's a good map.
I think it's too open. I like a bit of terrain.
That's fair. That's fair. We should be live. Things should be fine.
So, do you know how to do
That.
picking
Oh, I
bands
love
go,
that.
or?
I'm looking now. For the stream's sake, we are running a 2v2 tournament. Queden's hosting it. You guys have been here before. Domination mode, and you get random partners, so you sign up individually. He had an odd number, so I jumped in. My partner is Big B's, who's here. What up, dude?
Hello?
And we are versing Kiara and Race, and I'm currently looking up how the pick and bans work. It's best of 1 till the finals, which is best of 3. Okay. Faction picks for best of 3s. Not that much. Best of 1. Okay, who cares? Factions for players to be pre-picked. Builds, however, can be changed between matches. No double pick is allowed, so like we can't both be Kislev. All players must report their picked factions to Queden before start. Okay, so we just there's no bans in the best of 1 phase. We just tell them what we want to play.
What do you feel comfortable with?
Cathay is my best, and then Kislev, Khorne, and Slanesh are all pretty good, and Tzeentch, Nurgle, and Ogre Kingdoms I'm absolute trash at.
I am a big ogre player. I
Okay.
do like the chunky boys.
Ogres. We could pair Ogre Nurgle, and I could heal you up.
That could be pretty nice. I could go for like a more like blob building, and we can just go smack some in the middle.
Could also go Kislev Ogres, and then I could provide you with real cavalry.
Could be also nice with the like, what is the threats if we go like ogres and Nurgle?
Getting
Probably
shot
like
to pieces.
Yeah.
Though it's domination modes, do you really care about getting shot, or do you care about holding the points? Which
Honestly, we could just swarm the points. I mean, like, we can just, like, put because there's 2 choke points, basically, leading to the inner point. So we can basically block off their, like how they get to it, and just sit there the whole game.
yeah, which map is? Oh god, it's this map. Okay, yeah. Nurgle would be fine. Ogres is good. Now, I have one question. Can I use my Nurgle army ability on your units? Do you know?
I do not know. I mean, I'm thinking yes, because it's like, why wouldn't it? But
Yeah.
you never know.
You never know. That's kind
Yeah.
of a key point.
So, like, Warhammer 3 is wacky sometimes.
Yeah, on this
Warhammer
map, we
2.
definitely don't want ranged. Every time I take ranged here, I just lose.
Yeah, definitely melee.
Um,
Could go.
I'm liking the Nurgle Ogres angle.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay, I'm gonna hover Cathay until our opponents have declared their factions.
Over
Just to not, not give away everything.
Did I message Queden our picks?
Sure. I'm saying Nurgle for me, Ogres for Big B, but you can also do it yourself.
Yeah.
You're a strong, independent skink.
Hell yeah. Big skink. Oh, I can't wait for the Lizardmen.
Dude, I'm so
Don't
excited for Skaven.
Oh yes, of course. I like the name. Human boy. Yes.
Thanks. I used to change my name a lot back when nothing mattered. So this was a joke when I was playing some Vermintide with my friends. Because the enemies are all Skaven, and you're like, oh, I'm on your guys' team, yeah, that kind of thing. And then I got in one of Turn's tournaments actually pretty far, and people started to recognize my name, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't switch it too much anymore. And then it just kind of stuck.
So you're old, like not old, but like a Warhammer 2 player.
Yeah, played a lot of Warhammer 2.
This is my like first like competitive Warhammer scene, I guess.
Well, Game 3 launched in a pretty bad state, and it makes a lot of us quite sad to see the community how it is. So if you manage to stick around until the good times, I guarantee it's a lot of fun. But right
Mm.
now it's struggling because we have about like 1/3 of the active people as we normally do. You know?
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed a very like in this tournament, last tournament with the random like partners, there were like 8 teams. Like there's a lot of teams. Now there's only like no, there was more, probably like 16. Now there's only like 10.
Yeah. To be fair, our challenge did screw up, but yeah, it's tough. That's why like I'm trying to keep hope alive for people like Trader GG, Rinless, you, Golden Floof. There's that Lord Caterchen that's pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of cool new people who are good at the game that popped up, and it's like, oh hey, please don't leave. Like,
Stick around. Don't leave us.
I promise this game was good.
The
Well,
most annoying
it
thing
was
is if
good.
you like check the spells and stuff, you can see every faction in the game, and it's so annoying. You see all
Yeah,
the rosters and everything.
yeah. I have I've been so keen on like trying to. I mean, it would never work. It's a fantasy, but I just want to like gather everybody up in the entire community and say, hey, everybody, let's all go back to Warhammer 2 for just a hot second. Wait for Immortal Empires or something. Obviously, there's no domination mode in game 2, which sucks because like
Yeah.
I don't cast a lot of domination, but I think there's a false conception that I don't like domination. I do. I just don't love casting it, but it's fun. Like
Yeah.
it's different than land
Domination
battles.
Domination is definitely my favorite. Uh, I'm like a Rome 2 Siege battle player, so
Hmm.
it's like kind of alike, I guess.
Yeah,
Almost.
for the thing I will say is for a caster, what's hard about domination, and I do have my gripes about it, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game mode. But as a caster, the thing that sucks is the start is interesting, and then the end is interesting, but you have to fill the middle, and the middle is almost never interesting.
Yeah, it's always just filling in units and trying to like hold objectives, or it's a battle like you see it end as it starts. Like the first engagement basically decides the winner sometimes.
Yeah, like we have a couple absolute banger games. There was one just yesterday, not yesterday, sorry, last tournament. I did my Master of Warhammer 3 where the first game was land battles and domination, then hybrid mode.
Yeah.
I think it was in the finals, and it was Nurgle versus Ogres. Was it? Yes. No? Yes. No. Yes. It was Nurgle versus Ogres. And Nurgle got to 4,500 capture points, and the Ogres were at like 2,500. And they had to triple cap to win the game, and they like barely did. So it was really intense, and it was just like, you know, Nurgle's trying to pile more Nurglings onto this 1 point, because if he can keep 1 point, he's fine, but they barely take it, and then it's like 4,750 points for Nurgle for the rest of the game, because they don't get a single point after that. And it's like, that big epic moment, you're like, yeah, it happened! Cool, that's awesome! Alright, now we have to kind of wait while the 2,500 points generate, but Nurgle just physically cannot take a point back, so this game is over. So there's intense moments, but it can be tough to fill in the gaps as a caster.
Yeah, I was really annoyed. I was supposed to join that, but then I just like forgot about it entirely. And then like I thought like, oh, tournament's live, and I was like, ton of up. I was like, fuck, missed it.
Yeah. Uh, it's tough. It's tough. And it's like, I like land battles over domination. I'm not going to pretend I like them both equally, but I do like them both. Sorry, someone in my chat pointed out that you said you hate domination with all your soul. That's not true, but I do prefer land battles. But since the start of the game, I've been an advocate for. I don't know why we were breaking our own knees. Like, oh, there's this cool new game mode, and it's gonna be awesome, domination. And then like all the streamers were hyping it up, and they said land battles is dead. You can't play land battles anymore. And the game came out, and the conversation was like land battles or domination. And I'm like, wait, why are we
Why not
kicking out one?
both?
Yeah, they're both okay. So just because I have a preference, I don't know. Some people conflate that into, oh yeah, you hate domination. It's like, nope, it's fine. I'm glad it's here. More game modes are always fun. So, stream thing. Kiara's not showing up. That's Raced's partner. Do you just want to partner up with Raced and have me cast, or how are you feeling about that? Because I only signed up because there was 9 people and I made it 10. So now, Raced is out of a partner.
I can do either. I don't really care.
All right. For the sake of the stream, I'm going to message Queden and say, can Big B's and Raced be a team? But I didn't want to abandon you if you hate Raced or something.
No, I've never played with him before, but...
Oh, he's cool. He's cool. He's, I never know how to say this sentence without being a dick, because it's all about, like, the context, but, like, he's bronze on Ent Ladder, and I think that is a crime, because every time I play him, it's a super close series, and he's just, like, he's pretty good.
I'm also bronze in Ent Ladder. Every time I've played against either Anticity or random Nicks. Like, 9 matches, and every time it's the same guy, same 2 people.
Yeah.
And I just get slaughtered.
By the way, can you open a spectator slot so I can join back in and spectate the game?
Sure.
But it's good. It's good stuff. He's a good player. You guys are definitely going to win the tournament. You're going to do great. Hello, and I swear to God, this is spam.
I just message Raced. Did he message you saying that, like, CS are showing up?
So Queden told me Kara's not showing up, so you and Raced are officially a team.
Okay,
once again. Okay. Well, I'll message Raced and tell him you two are going to be best buddies, and then I will leave this chat and start immediately talking shit about you.
Of course.
Good. As long as we're all clear.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cyrus. Okay, Race to Kiara, spectate. 1, 2, 3. I like how this stream has just become a podcast with Big B's and Humor Boy. While we try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Racist message. We're doing voice moment.
Yeah. So, for anybody wondering what's going on, Challenge has been a bit dead today, and then, unfortunately, one of the players was missing, so Queden's doing his best to get this show on the road, but thank you for being patient and hanging out. Yeah, I got a spam call. They're getting clever. What kind of weak sauce ringtone is that? The default. Have you played campaign much, Mr. Big B's?
A little bit, not too much. I did some multiplayer campaigns with some friends, but other than that, not so much.
I think it's fun. People definitely have complaints about its replayability, but the first time through, I think it's pretty fun.
I did one campaign with Cathay. I think that was it, though. I just rushed so I could get Balakor.
I started a campaign with Kislev so I could get Boris. But I haven't actually gotten him yet. I got distracted by Norska being an asshole on my northern front. I did, oh crap, somebody told me, but there's the dumbest piece of programming I've ever heard. That if you ally with someone, they become docile and then stop helping you. And I'm like, wait, it's actively hurting me to be diplomatically active? That sucks. So I should just never talk to anybody if I want them to fight the AI. Which is dumb. Okay. Well, I think Race knows that you two are buddies, so I will now depart this voice chat. Thank you for your time. You are a treasure and an angel.
Yes. Good luck with the stream.
Yes. Boom, that was Big B's. When Chalons goes down. So who are they fighting now? Zone and somebody? Who is Zone? I've never heard of this Zone person. J-Fet and Zone. Okay, I've seen J-Fet around a couple times. I think he's played other 2v2 events. Not sure. He has a dope-ass Discord picture. If you don't know who If you don't know what the Discord picture is, you're gonna have to join Queden's Discord and find out. Ah, tea is good. Tea is good. Chat, I have a poll for you. All right, we might do a double stream today. Hold on. If we stream again, what doing? I think Skyrim would be fun. Skyrim, Frostpunk, Panzer. What else was on the list? Doom. Oh yeah, somebody wanted Doom. Because if this ends up being a short stream, I'll have time today to do other stuff. And the Skyrim would be like, I make a character and put him on a hard difficulty, and if he ever dies, like, we have to restart the campaign. So it's just seeing how far that actual character can get. Double stream Saturday. Alright, again, sorry about the delayed start, but we do have the opponents here is Big B's and Race versus Zone and J-Fet. Skyrim's getting some big votes. The big votes. When is NALCS? LCS schedule, because I want to work out when that's live so I can watch it. 3:30 p.m. Okay, so in 3 hours. Yeah, we could do a different stream. Panzer is short for Panzer Models, which Cyrus really likes. If I call you and leave a voicemail you play it on stream, you definitely can't listen to it first. That would not be wise. Unmod Hammond so I can time them out. Alright, dude. Alright, I'll time Hammond out. Skyrim modded or vanilla? I have vanilla, but I don't have a mod for it. But I guess the bit would be that I'm, you know, the whole, like, put it on hard difficulty and see how far the Dragonborn can actually get. Because I find that so funny, like, you know, there's all these Skyrim legends about him, you know, it's like, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn, and he died to wolves about 5 feet from the prison town. And that's it. That's the story of the Dragonborn. I have a bunch of Snapchats. Do we think this is legit? Or do you think we're in trouble? Oh, all right. I'm gonna put this up to the microphone. You guys tell me if I'm being ridiculous. Hold on.
Austin, what are you eating?
I'm buying some yogurt. I'm making some tea too, if you want to criticize that.
What's wrong with a bun and some yogurt?
What?
I'm living my best life.
All right.
What's wrong with having a bun and some yogurt for lunch? A bun and yogurt is perfect. Because it's like, I needed some carbs. I needed some protein. It was good. It was fast because I had to come stream. I'm sorry I can't sit down and make a 5-star 20-course meal for lunch every day. Sometimes you just got to grab a bun, grab some yogurt, get to it. No, I'll unmod you and ban you. Hammond. A what of yogurt? A bun and some yogurt. Like a piece of bread that was baked at one point, has some seeds in it. It's delicious. And then on the other hand, a small bowl of yogurt. And 3 cups of tea. Because I gotta keep the voice box going. I don't understand your Midwestern accent. I don't understand your Midwestern life. You're in the wrong. You gotta use a combat overhaul like Wildcat. What's Wildcat? What are these things? I'm not a modding master like you people. No Thomas the Dank Engine? No. I'm going through my tea too fast. We haven't even started the first game, and I'm down to a cup and a quarter of tea out of 3. What kind of bun? I don't know, man. Just like a bakery whole wheat bun. Grace and I hid Easter eggs this morning and had to take turns running around the house and finding them. I won, of course. Because I'm great. Because I'm great. You bean a bagel? Hold on. Hold on. There are some good Skyrim combat overhauls that make the combat a bit more meaningful. They improve enemy AI, reward block timings, etc. How can you play Skyrim without 500 mods crashing a game? Heresy. Alright, Grace might be coming over to talk to all of you. Is the Parrot Talk achievement bugged for you guys as well? What achievement? What? Skyrim's winning. Frostpunk's right behind it. What's a bun, though? It's a bun. Alright. Grace is coming. While the players make their builds. Have you seen that evil Thomas Tank Engine game that's coming out? It looks amazing. Oh, actually, Choo Choo Charles does look amazing. Hi. So I'm on the end of the camera. So okay. As long as you're past me, they can't see you. So we listened to your Snapchat on stream. What'd you think of my lunch?
It was interesting, to say the least.
What's wrong with a bun and some yogurt?
It's not what I was expecting to see on the plate.
Am I not allowed to have yogurt?
No yogurt.
Can Hazel have yogurt?
No one in this house can have yogurt.
No one in this house can have yogurt. Then why did we buy it?
I don't know, you bought it.
Because I want to eat it.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
What you doing?
Just watching my show.
That's nice.
Yeah. What are you doing?
People are building armies and I'm bothering you to fill stream time.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna, if today's stream is short, I was gonna stream again. Is that gonna be a problem?
No, that's fine. Do your thing.
Okay. Would you want to play a game on stream?
Like what?
Like patty cake?
Uh-huh.
Patty cake, baker's man. Hit me a Hazel as fast as you can. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit more. Something, puppy abuse. Puppy abuse? Are you an abused puppy?
No.
Yeah.
She's a spoiled puppy.
They give me so many treats. They give me so many snuggles. Oh, take me away.
She's such a spoiled pupper.
She's such a spoiled pupper. Yogurt is good for your tummy. It really is.
It is good for your tummy.
It is.
But Austin's not allowed to have any.
Oh! Thanks for helping me fill time. This was nice of you.
Come with me, son.
That was Grace, everybody. She's in her Saturday jammies, so she doesn't want to be on camera at the moment. Going back. The thumbnail is above my camera. That's wrong. I'll message the players and say, figure it out. Let's see, at JFET, at Zone, at Big Bees, and at Raced. One more min on builds. Okay. Keep this ship moving. What kind of bun, though, a dinner roll? And Hammond's also DMing me on Discord about what's a bun. A bun is like, it's a bun. It's a bun. It's a bun. It's a bun. It looks like this. It's a bun. What do you mean you don't know what a bun is? Look at this. It's a bun. Little piece of bread in a circle. It's a bun. Come on. Jesus. Hazel, you gotta play out. Come on. You got. Yeah. Go. I'll go. I'll go. I'll go. I'll go. I'm back. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. And we're loading into the game. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. And that is how you stall. You could have said it's round. No. It's illegal. Okay. You just started playing Battle for Middle-earth Rise of the Witch King with some friends. Dude, Battle for Middle-earth 2 was a great fucking game. I played the absolute crap out of it. You know what was awesome? Playing that game. Playing Battle for Middle-earth 2. Throwing the enemy on the highest difficulty. Putting 3 of them against you and you're in Helm's Deep. 3 enemies against you, you're in Helm's Deep. Put them all on the highest difficulty and then turn the handicap up. So all their units suck. And then it's just wave after wave after wave of like all this shit that you just cut down. And you feel like a fucking badass. That's a good game. Dude, Battle for Middle-earth 2 is so good. I got the Rise of the Witch King expansion, but I didn't get to play a lot of it before I kind of burnt out on the game because I had played so much of Battle for Middle-earth 2. It was so good. You've gone back to playing Gloomhaven? Board game or video game? Because I know there's both. For the coast, you need to collect a piece of 8. And I have 5 and it doesn't work. Oh, that's kind of fucked up, dude. I'm sorry. If you want all the stuff, it's a little complex of a setup, but there's a good YouTube video that goes through all of it. I see. I thought you were calling a baguette a bun because you're hummus boy. By the way, Skyrim won. I saw Skyrim and Panzer Models was tied. I might do a more official poll. The cool thing about the game is it looks like it was made by the same people who make Command & Conquer 3. If CNC 3 is Command and Conquer 3, then that's great. Because Command & Conquer 3 was so good. Dude, it was awesome. I tried playing it again. The problem is it needs a little bit of a visual update because it's like... It's of a different resolution than my computer screen, so it gets a little fucky, and I was going to stream it, but it's... Also, Command & Conquer 3, great game. Great game. Perfect. Okay, it's an awesome game. Don't get me wrong. You need to be able to zoom out more, dude. You are so close to the fucking ground. So close. PC right now, but I've started restart our campaign with your kids. That's awesome. Dude, one of the things I'm most excited about having kids for is when I can just force them to play board games with me. Anyway. Sorry, we're going to talk about this game. Wicked, I'll come back to this. So this is Japhet and Zone. Got it. Japhet and Zone is Kislev and Tzeentch versus Tzeentch and Ogres for Big Beast and Raced. For Japhet's side, we have Kairos Fate Weaver paired up with an Ice Witch of Ice, the Patriarch, a bunch of chariots, 1 Cultist of Tzeentch, and we have some Armored Kossars, Blue Horrors, Armored Kossars with Spears, Chariots. A lot of ranged units. A lot of ranged units and infantry to start off on this side. You can change the resolution in a file. I don't know how to do that stuff. I'm a simple rat, man. I couldn't get the right res in Battle for Middle-earth 2 in-game, but I just mainly changed it in the game files. I see. On the other side, we have an Exalted Greater Lord of Tzeentch. Blue Fire, and it looks like the Portal. The big AoE nuking spell. Yes, Infernal Gateway. Other than that, we have a Great Slaughtermaster. A Great Slaughtermaster, yes! This is an extra special one. Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw. He has the Iron Fist. What is that thing? Bone Crusher. I need to remember that because I love that spell. And Troll Guts. Other than that, a whole bunch of Ogres. Forsaken of Tzeentch. A couple Blue Horrors. And we do have 1 Iron Blaster running around. Okay, both sides going with pretty heavy infantry for the start. We are ready. How about you? You're good. Cyrus. Kiara was the one who wanted Doom. Kiara was the one who wanted Doom. That's true. No double Stonehorn, Spartan? I would say I'm as disappointed as you, but I'm actually not. I'm fine not seeing double Stonehorn. It's not toxic. It's actually quite beatable, but it's not my favorite style of play with or against the Ogres. I think it's just a little slow. Alright, Kairos. Calm down, bud. Calm down. Does he have Blue Fire? He does have Blue Fire. So we might get a Tzeentch Blue Fire fight. We'll have to see. In this map, I was talking to Big B's about it, but I feel like ranged usually doesn't do particularly well in this map. Just full-on rushing stuff does, so I'm a little worried for Japhet and Zone. conceptually, but we'll see how they do. It's a very small map. You kind of spawn right next to the point, so ogres and Tzeentch should be able to just throw bodies at them over and over and over again. The Great Unclean Exalted Lord Herald Slaughtermaster. Hell yeah, KB. Only 2 people watch your Panzer streams. Cyrus and Satan. Oh, Hammond. Very funny. Alright. For KV's sake, I'm really hoping this top area, they just take position in the trees and sit there. That would definitely bring him the most joy possible. On the other side, what the hell? What's that noise? Quit making weird noises. Oh, the snow is so bright! Oh, it's blinding! I can't see anything! Jesus Christ! Kairos is battling the Exalted Lord of Change. That's not great. Kairos, for being a Legendary Lord, has god-awful melee stats. He needs to get out of here. It's 50-50 versus 35-20. So Kairos is going to have to leave. Patriarch and Ice Witch are trying to support him from the ground. It's not really going to work out so well, and he will successfully pull back. More and more ogres are getting spawned. Charging straight up the center. Not super scared of the chariots. A lot of these guys have Iron Fists, so they can block the shots anyway. They'll do okay. Double stun hunter broken in the new patch sound. I think collision attacks are now OP. Same for the sleds. Yeah, sleds might do a lot of damage. Just maybe a little bit of a lot. Blue Horrors are trying to fire in on the sleds. They'll get a little bit of poke, but not do a crazy amount of damage. Kairos is still fighting the Exalted Lord of Change. It looks like we have some Doom Knights of Tzeentch that are really helping out in this fight. And now Chaos Furies are just going to get mulched down by the Doom Knights. And that'll be that. Oh, Blue Horrors are here. Hello, lads. Good to see you. Does that make me Satan? Because I definitely watched them. Stealing Greed didn't get with the hot goth girl. Maybe next time. Maybe I will next time. Satan sounds like a cool guy. We're going to get a blob punishment tool here. I think that's going to be a Heart of Winter upgraded. No, it's basic Heart of Winter. Okay, alright. Just flip the unit card info on the left and use abilities instead of stats. What? No. Vitamin Dorothy gives you a readable list instead of little circles. I presume you're saying things that I should do, but I refuse to do them, mostly because I don't know how right now. And I like my setup. I like looking at the little stats. I like the stats. Ogres getting mass routed by chariots, plus a little bit of Heart of Winter action. Iron Blaster somehow ended up in melee combat, and that is pretty bad for the red side, and Big B's and Raced are going to retreat. Meanwhile, yellow team does have a really nice position up near point 3. Tons of angles they can shoot through, but ooh, sneaky ogre is going to go fight, though we do have Costos with spears that are actually pretty good against the melee combat. And Grace sent me a message that actually looked kind of important. Cool. And that's fine. So, yellow team has momentarily taken position in the center. I think they might run out of gas here pretty quickly, as we can see more and more ogres piling in. And some Warnfang cavalry actually hitting chariots is very good for them. Though, a problem might be this Ice Witch and Patriarch ganging up in the Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw. That would be pretty bad for him. And Kairos is killing the Exalted Greater Lord of Change with his Doom Knight pals. If the Iron Blaster is anywhere nearby, it does have to aim up here and shoot at this big old clump. It looks like some Pink Horrors are trying to bail him out too. Kairos Fate Weaver's taking a bit of a beating, but he definitely has the advantage in this fight against just so many dudes. For the Tzeentch boy. Red team has taken the middle, it does look like. Yes. And they're fine. Exalted Greater Lord of Change is going to run away. I keep saying greater. It's a day. Dude, it's a day, Chad. Another Heart of Winter punishing a blob, hitting 3 Tzeentchian units, it looks like, which is brutal. Ogres are scrapping in the middle, but Kislev has come to play. We have a whole bunch of Snow Leopards, Chariots, Kossars, all of this junk in here. And Tzeentch is trying to back him up. I see a lot of Kislev units, not a lot of Japheth's Tzeentch. Where are they? There's apparently 11 of them out here, somewhere. Just looks like all Kislev to me. Regardless, Kairos is now fighting some Furies. Okay, kind of vibing, surviving. Furies are trying to help this Exalted Lord of Change. It's not good. The middle, I don't know how to process what's happening in the middle. It's a pile. At the top of the screen it says victory location triple down arrow Ogre Kingdoms, and I'm just gonna believe it. That's what it is. That seems fine. Armored Kossars on the top, shooting down. Just a lot of shooting into here. But I did talk about this with Big B's a little bit, that we could just Nurgle and Ogres pile onto the point and hold it, so maybe that's what he's going with. as Ogres and Tzeentch instead. The Exalted Lord of Change has survived his encounter with the Doom Knights. I was just vibing. Army ability of Tzeentch coming in. This always underwhelms me, but let's see if this time it actually does good. Spoiler alert, it won't. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So good. Such a good ability. I hate that ability. It should really do more damage. Or cast quicker, or something. Blue fire getting cast out. Looks like it's aiming for Kairos. It is. It's actually getting a decent little poke on him. Just a bold call. Middle point is finally getting retaken by Kislev with Zargard here, with all these Forsaken, Spawn, Snow Leopards, and Chariots. All of these things, they are getting some good work done. And the Ogres and Tzeentchians are trying to stream back in. Points-wise, we're very, very close. Damage-wise, yellow team is winning by I shouldn't say quite a bit, but a decent amount. And they have more units on the field. So I think at the current moment, I would favor yellow's position on the field. We might have a big push coming in here from the Ogres. Big B's sending up some Sabertusk packs and Ogre Boys over here to try and secure point 3, but also just harass all these ranged units. And again, we have the Tzeentch army ability. Oh, look at the damage. Oh, it's so good for being a tier 3 ability. Oh, it's so crazy awesome how amazing it is. Yeah, I don't love it. That did a lot of damage, but it's because there's 3 tightly packed units that didn't move. And even then, they're still alive. They're here. I hate it. Stupid. What is happening here? Kairos is going to get blue fired in the mouth yet again. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew. Burning Chariots trying to protect him as well, but ooh, double pink horror is trying to shoot up into this spot. Doom Knights are looking pretty beat up. Kairos is looking pretty beat up, and the Exalted Lord of Change is fine. He is fine. The Ogres have run over this top area. Now that, I will admit that, was pretty nice. Pairing your tier 3 Tzeentch ability to wound all these guys enough that a Sabertusk charge in the rear would rout them off. And now red is in a dominant position. They can take point 3 easily enough. The yellow team is going to have to commit some resources up there and try to take it back. They're already trying to take point 1, kinda, but they have 3 flying units. They actually have no capture weight over here. They physically can't take it without something else. And the red team is still making a push for point 2. So they actually have a crossed map push thing. All right, great. So we have red, green, and yellow. A third team has entered the fray. Perfect. Just very readable UI right now. Very understanding of what's going on. Which Tzeentch owns that? I think it's JFET. It is JFET. So yellow team owns that. Yellow owns 1, green owns 1, but they're also with yellow, and red owns just 1, but they're actually winning because they're... team. Got it. Yellow does have a pretty firm hold on the middle, it looks like. They've pushed a lot of the red team out. For some Forsaken, some Gnoblars, some Blue Horrors in melee combat. None of that's really good. The Patriarch's here trying to heal up everything in this big old blob. I don't know where the Ice Witch is. She might be dead at this juncture. Red is even going to reinforce point 1, so it looks like they're abandoning point 2 and just going to take the cliffs instead. Exalted Lord of Change does dive into melee. Oh, there's the Ice Witch. She's actually vibing. She's fine. This Exalted Lord of Change is not fine. He dove into melee and he regrets it immediately. Somehow flies all in the middle of that clusterfuck. So good for you, little buddy. I would either desummon him or just fly away or something. I don't know. Don't lose him like this. Kairos takes a little bit of a bomb. Doesn't seem like it matters, and the Furies are going to poke him a little bit more. I don't really think they're going to get too much damage onto Kairos, but we'll see. Point 1, there's no way you're taking that from the Ogres. There's way too many troops there. Ugh, big shiver. Point 3 also looks a little doomed, especially because they don't have any units over here. So yeah, a 5 versus 0 is going to go to the 5. I think red's okay. Red's okay right now. They're still behind on damage by a little bit, though they have made good strides in that aspect of the game. The only thing they're fighting over is point 1, which is close to their spawn. They're not fighting over 3, which is far from their spawn, and they got out of the death trap that was the middle. Yeah, they're fine. Over here we have a Burning Chariot with no ammo. Kairos, who's nearly heal capped, and he's got to be running a little low on mana. So the only actual fighting power is a Cultist of who gives a shit, some Chaos Spawn with no shields, and 2 Blue Horrors. Oh, spooky. Oh, that's some scary stuff over there. I agree with this move. I do think Kislev and Tzeentch, the yellow team, should probably try to retake point 3. It's just much more viable for them than taking point 1. Something's getting cast over here. It's hard to tell who though. Flaming Sword of Ruin on the yellow team. Okay, I guess. Still don't think it's going to help you versus double Ogre Iron Bull. Ogre Bull Iron Fist. Yeah. Yeah, Kislev Chariots are getting beat up. Kind of surprised how much ammo they have after all this time. And Kislev is now trying to pull up and around. It looks like they're mostly going for a flank on point 3 while they also attack point 3 from the front. They're really investing in getting this point back, but the victory points are to the point where you already need a triple cap at some juncture of this battle, otherwise you're going to lose. It does appear how it's going to be going. So I'm gonna give the win to the red team. I'm gonna disqualify the yellow team, and it's good. It's good. Right? That's how this works. I can just arbitrarily decide when the game's over. Yellow has a shit ton of money. Look at that. They have $4,500 in the bank. Maybe want to spam out troops if you can, but I'm guessing they probably can't, just by the fact they aren't doing that. Also, I don't know if it matters at this point. Will they come back even? Another Flaming Sword of Ruin is getting cast. Routing off the ogres. If it's too little, it is too late. And they're unsuccessful in taking point 3. And that's that. Nice job to Big B's and Raced. Your favorite unit is the Sisters of Orc Boy Pagans. Hey, another Tzeentch army ability. Who's it from? It's just killing some Noblars. Oh my god. I think they know the game's over at that point. Just memeing on them for some Noblars, which is very funny. They will take point 3, but without being able to take point 1. That's the end of that. They took point 3. Can they take point 1? Can they take point 1? Can they take point 1? No. Warhammer 2 2v2? I don't know if Warhammer 2 has a 2v2 function. I don't think I've ever seen more than a 1v3 in Warhammer 2. Plus, the game's bad. Who wants to play a bad game? Well, like, real talk for a second. Real talk. Everybody sit down, pull up your chairs. Pull up your chairs. Who gives a shit about Warhammer 2? Who gives a shit? It's a bad game. It's a bad game. Every game was just Norska. All right? Oh, I'm Wolfric the Wanderer. I'm on foot. Oh, ho, ho, can't kill me. I have regen. Oh, ho, ho. Very fun game. Very fun game. Oh, the lore of the... I can't even think of a meme lore offhand. The lore of the Vampire Coast was too good. That's what I mentioned in chat. Oh, it's a Mega Drive. Helps my old man eyes over the tiny circles. I'm pretty sure it's new to Game 3. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, all right. I personally, I like the stats a lot, but I could switch off between them if it helps you out. I see. Who won the top one? All right, Queden messaging me. For Swarv Coles, maps for finals. Okay. So finals is ready for us. Finals is them versus... GG. Mediocre casting, overall good experience. The lore of whatever greenskins don't ever use. I feel like they used a little bit of Little Wah and Big Wah. Big Wah was making a comeback at the very end of Game 2. Alright, I'll message Big B's and ask him where we're going. Hola!
I have someone come look at that fish tank at 1:30. Do you mind if I just stick her in here?
I saw the text, sure.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, cool. Cool. Cole Smart Shopper and Swarv versus Big B's and Raced is going to be our final. It was a little shorter tournament today because the thingy. The challenge page wasn't working. Spectator slot for me, plus. And what lobby we doing? All right, just message Big B's because we've been talking today, so at least you'll know to look for my messages. Zep, how's the tournament going? It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. It's a chill atmosphere today. How are you doing, my man? Waiting for one of the finalists to message us. So the best of 3, how does it work? Faction picks best of 3. First round is played with the pre-pick faction. Second round and ace round will be blind picks. Each faction can only be played once per team in the best of 3 and send in the blind picks for both rounds before the start of the first round. Okay, that's pretty cool. Use 6 out of the 7 factions in the best of 3. And I'm out of tea. Raced and Kiara, the lobby we were just in, only has 1 person in it. Tournament only has 1 person in it. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm going here. Find your opponent. Okay, looks like we're going somewhere. 2v2 Swarv and Cole Smart Shopper. Okay. I think that's it, probably. Maybe. We have Big B's and Raced in here, so it seems like it's fine. Hubby, what lores of Magic do you think are the worst and which ones are the best? I think Fire and Life are top tier, IDK bottom though. Good was having some silly matches with the GGX people. GGX people are pretty silly. KV, are you talking about in game 3 or in game 2? Game 3 or game 2? It's kind of important. I wish everyone besides me could not drive, and I was the only one in the world that could drive, because I want to drive a fast car fast, because I want to go real fast. And everyone besides me sucks at driving, because I'm perfect. Boop ba doop ba doop ba shoop. You know? You know? Alright, so you come here, and then I need to update this. And it looks like we need a combo name for Swarv and Cole Smart Shopper. So Cole's Swarv Shopper. I like it. Cole Swarv Shopper. And on the other side we have Big B's and Raced. I need to take a little bit of creative freedom, but I'm going to say Raisin Big B's. Because you want to raise some Big B's. You know, big bees give big honey. Duh. Fucking idiot. Is it compare them together so I can hear more ranting? Aren't they the same more or less? They just added new ones? Yeah, okay, so... Best Lords of Magic. Dude, in Game 3, Fire sucks. Fire's terrible. In Game 2, Fire was the shit. Game 3, Fire's awful. Burning Head does, like, no damage. Fireball's eh. It's okay, but a lot of stuff is too tanky for Fireball to matter, especially on Ultra difficulty. Not Ultra difficulty, Ultra funds. Not Ultra funds, Ultra unit scale. There we go, figured it out. So the sniping spell isn't very good. The infantry clearing spell isn't very good. Flaming Sword of Ruin is good. It's a good spell. Flamestorm's still a bit of a crapshoot. Piercing Bolts of Burning is okay. And then that might be all 5. Fireball, Burning Head, Flaming Sword of Ruin, Cascading Firecloak. Cascading Firecloak's not super great. So I think Fire took a huge nerf. Fire took a huge nerf. Life is still really good, I think. I haven't seen a lot of Dwellers Below being used. Oh, wait, because it's not in the game yet. The only person who has life is a mixed mage. And healing's really good. So life is still probably the best lore. In Warhammer 2, it was like life and fire, and now it's just life is top tier. Beast sucks. A Manticore summon is not good enough anymore on the ultra unit scale. And Manticores just kind of feel meh right now. Which is fine. Like, they're not supposed to be god tier. They're an 800 gold unit, for God's sake. But it's not worth 20 wins of magic to summon a Manticore, in my opinion, right now. Unlike Game 2. So Beast took a hit. Shadows feels really good. Pendulum took a nerf on Game 3 that made it compare much more to Game 2. The Pit of Shades is awesome. Pit of Shades is great right now. Occam's Mind Razor is pretty good if you have like a cheese build in mind. Enfeebling Foe's always been one of the best debuff spells. Melkoth's is pretty good. So Shadows feels really good right now. Whereas in Game 2 it felt okay, not bad. But now it's really good. Death feels like shit. Spirit Leech sucks now. Which is fine. Spirit Leech was super uninteractive, so I don't give a shit about it. But yeah, Death Magic sucks. Especially because Purple Sun was really good at the end of Game 2, because you could direct vortexes if you moved your mouse right, but now you can't, so Purple Sun sucks again. Which means that lore used to just be the lore of Spirit Leech. Now that Spirit Leech sucks, it's just a bad lore, in my opinion. It's not useless. No lore of magic is useless, but it's not great. Don't know... Hold on. We can just cheat. Okay, so I can see all the things. Lore of Cataclysm? Who the fuck has Lore of Cataclysm? What is this? Okay, I think this is from the things, so that doesn't matter to me. Lore of Yin is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's situational mode pretty good. Lore of Yang is awesome. Dragon's Breath is super great. All the other spells don't matter, but Dragon's Breath alone is super great. Lore of Tempest kind of sucks. It's okay, but it kind of sucks. Lore of Ice kind of sucks, except for Heart of Winter. Otherwise, it kind of sucks. Lore of the Great Maw is pretty good. I like it. Lore of Slanesh is honestly pretty good. I like it. Lore of Tzeentch, it's fine, but it's heavily carried by Blue Fire. Runic Magic, haven't seen it in this game yet. Lore of Nurgle is actually pretty good. It's a don't care. Deep, haven't seen it in this game yet, so I don't know. Lore of Nakara, haven't seen it in this game yet, don't know. Skaven, haven't seen. Lore of Dark, haven't seen, but it was just the Lore of Soul Stealer. We'll see how Soul Stealer performs in Game 3. Lore of High Magic, probably still fine, especially with more air units. Tempest could be even better. Lore of Life is top tier. Lore of Beasts is now lower tier. Lore of the Wild, haven't seen it in Game 3, but I imagine Traderkin will be fucking awesome. Lore of Shadows, like I said, is very good. Lore of Metal, it feels a little underwhelming after Final Transmutation got nerfed. Final Trans doesn't, like, delete an army that blobs up anymore, so it's kind of okay. But it's not bad. Plague of Rust is good, Searing Doom's good. The rest of the lore is a little meh. Lore of Vampires is probably still super great. Raised Dead is just awesome. Invocation Hex, awesome. Gaze of Nagash is pretty good. So I can't imagine that one being bad. We talked about Lore of Death, Lore of Fire we talked about. Lore of Heavens is actually super good right now. I'd say it's maybe the third best Winds of Magic in Game 3 right now, because Arena's Thunderbolt got changed to actually kill infantry, which makes it pretty fucking scary. Chain Lightning sucks, Comet sucks, Wind Blast sucks, but Harmonic Convergence is awesome. Curse of the Midnight Wind's pretty good, and Arena's Thunderbolt's awesome. So actually, yeah, Lore of Heaven's big buff. Lore of Light, haven't seen it, but Nets are always super good, so I still think this is just going to be the Lore of Nets. Big Wall, haven't seen it in Game 3. I imagine it's still fine. And Little Wall, haven't seen it in Game 3, but I imagine it's still fine. Boom! That was literally every Lore of Magic. Big Rasties. It's not a great passive. It's got a great passive. What has a great passive? Sorry. Don't shit talk Vampire. It's the best lore. It's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. Interesting seeing how much. I think the only reason I rate Lore of Vampires lower is because it's so necessary for them. Which sounds weird. All right, that's disingenuous. Yes, if we're all going to be technically fair, Lore of Vampires is the best lore in the entire world. Wow, it's so good. It has such a cheap summon. It has such a good heal. Wow, so good. Such a good thing. Yeah. But when your whole faction is balanced around that lore, I rate it lower. You know what I mean? Where, like, without the lore of vampires, all the undead factions are pretty unplayable. Except for Tomb Kings. But, like, you know, Vampire Coast and Vampire Counts just constantly need to take lore of vampires. They're going to lose the game. So yeah, that would make it good, but I feel like when your faction is balanced around the fact that you're going to have a stronger lore of magic and then your units, like, suck ass, that kind of leaves a bitter taste in my mouth about the lore. When you can be, like, a lot of the factions that take life magic that are good factions without it, and then with it, they're great. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I, like, take lore of vampires down a peg. Is because it's not good. It's not good because of the cleverness of its design. It's good because the numbers on it are so high because they have to be. I don't know. That doesn't mean it's a bad lore. It's a good lore. I just rated it a little lower than, like, life. Because life is flexible. That's another thing, is, like, you don't always know I'm going to take Lord of Life. But if you're playing the vampire counts, you know they're taking more of vampires. You know they're taking Invocation Heck, you know they're taking a zombie summon, you can play around that. There's no flexibility when you're playing a vampire count, really, in what magic you're going to take. But Lore of Life, you can do, like, what's that? It's not Foz Protection, but there's the Shield of Thorns. That's good. Physical resist and based what damage increase. You could do that for, like, a frontline infantry rush is pretty good. And then you Earthblood spam to heal up your whole army. So you could go with a wide army, or you could go with Regrowth, Overcasted Regrowth to, like, have Karl Franz carry you. So you could go big into single entity dueling stuff. Or you could go Dwellers Below to punish blobs. Like, Lore of Life is probably overtuned, right? I'm not saying this is... Oh, it's balanced. It's perfectly balanced. It's probably overtuned. But that lore, when I take it, you don't really know what angle I'm going for when I enter the game. There's Lore of Vampires, you know they're taking Invocation, Hex, Zombie Summon, Gaze into Gash. You know those three spells are coming every single time. And it's like, hey, they're probably going to heal up their Blood Knights or Lord with Invocation and Heck. They're probably going to summon zombies on my ranged units. I know exactly what's coming. Now I got to play around it, right? So, depends on what you value out of a Lore of Magic. Counts have horrible stats about it. That is correct. You're interested in seeing high magic? Yeah. I'm curious what all the changes will be with the Game 3 lores. Like, the Lore of Fire got fucking gutted in Game 3. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't like anyone's Magic to be useless, so Fire might need a little bit of a buff. But I always like change, you know? Warhammer 2 was just Burning Head Simulator for, like, 5 years, so I'm okay with Game 3 not loading into Burning Head Simulator 2.0. It's like, oh, hey, you know, Fire sucks now. Well, what does that mean for this faction? Well, what does that mean for this faction? It's kind of like how League of Legends has stayed so fun for me for a while. Oh, he likes League of Legends. What a fucking idiot. But, like, when they just nerf random champions into the dirt when you have such a high roster is kind of interesting. And I'll be quick, but the main point is, like, it's interesting when they nerf, like, Enchanter supports into the ground, so then it's like, well, now we need engaged supports. Well, if you have engaged supports, we don't need engaged junglers, so we can take, like, assassin junglers. Well, if we have assassin junglers, then we need, like, a tankier top side so we can execute turret dives. So the whole meta changes around one change. And the same's true in Warhammer, where, like, Lore of Burning Head was so fucking good that you had to take the cheapest chaff possible, they're all just gonna die to Burning Head. And now if it sucks, it's like, oh, well, chaff builds are actually viable. And that's a part of the reason we saw boxes for so long is Pendulum was banned because it was too strong and Burning Head sucked, so there's no way to clear out a mass amount of infantry quickly. So then boxes just became really fucking toxic. Anyway, how horribly blobby has 2v2 Dom been? The one game we've seen so far has been fine. It was fine. So for Big B's and Raced, we have an Exalted Lord of Change of Zinch. We have a Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw with Bone Crusher and Troll Guts. Yet again, we have double Iron Blaster. For them, a whole bunch of actual ogres. In the sky, we have Screamers. Ground, we have Forsaken, Chaos Spawn, a bunch of pink and blue horrors, and spawning Noblars in the secondary. The entire Nurgle's Each armory is on the low ground. On the other side, for Swarv and Cool Smart Chopper, we have Corn mixed with ogres. We have 1 Iron Blaster, Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw with Troll Guts and something else. What is that? Is that the, like, melee attack and armor piercing spell? Toothcracker. Armor and missile resist. Huh, haven't seen that spell in a long time. Anyway, a lot of ogres on the ground. It looks like ogres, saber tusks, and a couple Noblars. Khorne also put a couple Chaos Warriors and Furies down here. But Khorne's going to dominate the top. There's literally nothing here to stop them. Cool, cool. Quick blue fire poke is going to try and hit the Slaughtermaster, who pops extra ingredients to stay alive. Taking a bit of pokey poke. A little bit of pokey poke. Okay. And double Iron Blaster is fighting single Iron Blaster, or what are they shooting at? Looks like they're kind of shooting at some of these other guys. As we have a bit of a lag spike. Ogre Bulls of Iron Fists. Taking some shots. That's not a terrible choice, I guess. The Iron Blasters using their precious ammunition on other Iron Blasters could end up like, you win the Iron Blaster duel, but then you have no ammo to do anything afterwards. Could be an argument of how much good did it actually do you. Massive friendly fire coming in from Swarv's Iron Blaster. Killing his own Harpies. Then Screamers and an Exalted Lord of Change are going to dive in, finish that off. So these Chaos Furies of Khorne are pretty soon going to disintegrate. There they go. And we're off to the races. Big Ogre charge from Swarv is probably going to take point 2. I don't see them being able to hold against all this with just 2 Blue Horrors. But wow, those Blue Horrors did a lot of damage to the Ogre Bulls, even with shields. Coming straight in. Swarv charges right through the Forsaken. He's going to also disrupt the Blue Horrors to stop taking damage. Cool, cool. Khorne has a lot of forces up in the top. Probably want to send some of them in a downhill charge and a flanking maneuver and just leave 1 unit to capture this. You're uncontested, so having like a third of your army up here is probably a mistake. So they should charge downhill. Points unlock in about a minute. It looks like red is going to take point 1 and yellow is going to take points 2 and 3. Ooh, that friendly fire? Yeah, it's brutal. What up, Platypus? How you doing, dude? How you doing? Ogres are starting to rout. Their low leadership biting them in the ass. And Tzeentch does get a little bit of friendly ogre support over here. But I'm kind of surprised how well the Blue Horrors did in melee. They actually pushed off the Iron Guts. And Ogre Bulls. Ugh. Gross. More Furies are dying. Looks like even more friendly fire comes in. That Iron Blaster hates Furies, even when they're on its own team. Big Skaven vibes? Yeah. Khorne is doing the right thing. Cole Smart Shopper is sending most of his army except for 1 Halberd down to fight, leaving that one up there to take that point. Good. It's good stuff. So red is going to end up taking points 3 and 1? No, 2 and 1. Hey. Alright. How's the damage values doing? Yellow team has about 5,000 combined. Other team has about 5,700 combined, so it's pretty close. Red team's slightly ahead on damage value. Double Iron Blaster still firing up there. And ow! Ooh, ow! Ooh, owie. Big Warp Gate. I wonder if it's overcasted. I don't think it is, judging by how little damage it's doing. Because if it's overcasted, it'll fucking melt these Chaos Warriors. But that's an undercast. So a little bit of a shame. You would have loved to see an overcast there. It still did okay. More summons. Red is pushing yellow a little bit back. Especially at point 2. Ow. Point 2 went heavily to the Reds. Now that the Ogres have come to support them. My wrist hurts. Thanks for listening. My wrist hurts. Bloodletter summon from Khorne is trying to get on top of the Pink Horrors and Forsaken. Should kill them quite quickly, but nothing actually kills Horrors that quickly, I guess. We do have Mournfang spawn. Red team is really in ascendance here. Summoning a lot of reinforcements, and they currently hold a good position on the battlefield. Yellow team's just getting mucked up by Gorgers, and it looks like some Forsaken, holding a lot of their units back. Where's the double Iron Blaster? There they are. They have plenty of ammo. These guys might want to get more aggressive on shooting things. Doing the big damages. Red is starting to pull ahead on damage. It looks about 1,500, 2,000, so 3,500 ahead on damage overall. And they're still spawning more units. Yellow has a lot of units on the field, but looks like a lot of them are injured. Injured or routing would appear to be the case. They are starting to take point 1 just by the sheer amount of bodies they've thrown in. The Exalted Lord of Change needs to figure out what to do. Maybe he wants to throw out some more blue fire at the Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw, kill him off. Get the ogres all a big debuff and leadership. Could be pretty good. Could be. Point 1 has been secured by yellow teams. So yellow owns 1, green owns 1, red owns 2. So all 3 factions will just be getting 1 point's worth. Haha, very funny joke, human boy. I haven't made that one before. Thanks, man. I do my best. Oh, feels good being a dumb piece of shit. Okay. Yellow is slowly clearing out their side. They do have lead belchers firing. Their iron blaster is almost out of ammunition. Double iron blaster on the other side is getting a little wounded, so if the red ogre could throw out troll guts on it, that would be beneficial. If he has it. The big Tzeentch final army ability is coming in. Let's see how much damage it does. I'm impressed. Oh, wow. That was so much damage. Oh, such a good ability. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Double iron blaster shoot at something. Ow! Ooh, ow! Oh, God, that's not okay. You can't do that. You can't do that to him. They did a quarter of that fucking Mornfang Cavalry's health in one volley from those two. Jesus! Something command point, but it looks like Khorne took it from Tzeentch in the middle, so he took... Wait, Khorne took it from the ogres in the middle, so he took it from his own friend. That's pretty classy. Iron Blasters still shooting at each other. This Iron Blaster is technically holding on. Still plenty of ammo from the red team. They probably want to get their Iron Blasters a little further back and just shoot. I don't know why they're so close to what's going on. A quick little side shot. That does so much damage to the Mornfangs. That's not okay. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, I want to see it. It froze right before it hit. Oh, more damage. Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, it's terrible. Alright, double Mornfang plus Sabertusk plus Chaos Warriors of Khorne. They are starting to take these points. They might triple cap our friends, Big Bees and Race. But Big Bees and Race somehow take the top area. Looks like it was left a little unguarded. And they do just sneak a couple wounded units onto there. They're running out some more Chaos Knights. There's plenty of reinforcements coming. They're all going to get on this point and take it and have a grand old time. The middle is kind of changing hands, sort of. Red has a lot here, so does yellow. It's kind of a fucking mess. Point 2 is changing. Every point is changing hands. The big old switcherino. Herald of Khorne, Cults of Khorne, and some Noblars are coming up. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, I'm terrified of the Noblar uphill charge. Give me that Chaos Knight charge. Downhill. Downhill. Do it. Do it, you coward. I want to see it. Oh, I want to see it. Are you even aiming at him? Oh, yeah, you are. Look at that damage. Oh, it's so satisfying. Look at them scattering down the hill. Oh, I love it. That's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Ever. Ever. Iron Blast still shooting things. I have a message. Is it about this game? No, I'll check it later. I always get paranoid that I'm going to get one. Like, actually, Army 5 is breaking the rules, and then I have to do something about it. That sucks. Big old Gateway of Tzeentch, or Gateway of Eye Portals, or Eye Portal Gateway. Whatever the fuck. Killing a lot of stuff, and ooh. Big B's the Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw is in hella trouble. He is going to die quite quickly. Oh my god, he is just dead. We are going to get a Bone Crusher very quickly on this side. It'll do a lot of damage, but I don't think it'll bail him out of the situation. That guy is dead as hell. And the yellow team is actually taking point 1, still holding it. Point 2 might be theirs as well. We got a close game points-wise on our hand. Damage-wise, it's pretty far and away. Big B's and Race. They have about a 4,000 damage point lead, but, you know, shit doesn't matter, I guess. Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw has shattered. If they can kill him, that'll be a big debuff to the Red Ogre's side. They won't like that at all. Their Iron Blasters are running out of ammunition. They're actually pretty low on health. And no support around to protect them as Furies and an out-of-ammo Iron Blaster is going to try and hit them. Swarv is desummoning his own Iron Blaster, and it's gone. Refunds a little bit of the stuff, and he can buy it back with some ammunition later. A lot of pink horrors running into melee up top. They don't want to do that. They should be shooting first and foremost. Chaos Knights of Tzeentch are going to have to get a rear charge to the Chaos Warriors of Khorne, and these pink horrors are going to have to get away and start shooting in there if they want to really secure that area. But they got to hurry up. Those pink horrors are needed elsewhere. So this big old blob onto Chaos Warriors with Halberds is a huge problem for the red team. That's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. Meanwhile, the red team is making a play. A full health Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists and a Mornfang Cavalry charge should break off the Khorne presence on the low ground and secure them point 2 once again. Another Tzeentch army ability is trying to do damage in the middle, and it just isn't, because I hate that ability. Human boy, stop talking about that ability. No, you can't make me. Chaos Knights are leaving this. It looks like the Khorne Halberds are going to be stuck in a fight with 3 ranged units in melee combat, which they'll actually win despite its low health, just because they're all ranged units. So that's a big, big mistake from the red team. Ray should definitely send the Chaos Knights back up there, charge them off, and back up with the Pink Horrors and shoot them to death. Would be my call there. Yellow's routing. So 3 routing yellow units and Ogre Bulls were very low. It's pretty much just a Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw and a Saber-Tusk pack fighting all this stuff. So red is going to win down there. And up top, Saber-Tusk pack is going to get rear charge. All 3 of these units are going to die, and that'll be a pretty big moment for yellow in this game. Are there any giants? There are no giants, I am sorry to say. Damage value, Swarv and Cole's Smart Chopper have come right back. They're back up to tied from being 4,000 down. I've talked about it a lot, but I think up here was a huge play for them. Or more of a misplay from their opponents. Just being real, not trying to be a dick, but just getting it. But could be a nice angle back into the lead here for the red team. If they can kill the Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw, they'll be fine. I have the puppy, as Grace is going to be busy for a little bit. I have another message is important to this. Nope. I'll check. Later. Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw is about to break. Looks like we have a bunch more units piling up to get him. And even more units are coming up to point 3. Now, one of them is a flyer, so technically, red team still has more capture rate on this point, so they're not taking it. But man, like, these 2 Pink Horrors are almost dead. The Noblar Trappers are routing. They're almost dead. Oh, yeah, I hate to see it. You hate to see it. Money-wise, yellow team has a bunch of money in their pocket they haven't quite spent yet. I don't know if they're going to. This has been a close game. Okay. Fleshhounds of Khorne are starting to disintegrate away. Chaos Furies of Khorne are also starting to disintegrate away. Hazel's starting to whine because she doesn't like being trapped in a room with Dad. But you have to. Mom's trying to get rid of some fish tanks. So they have some friends. Okay, I got a boop, 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 but it doesn't look like it's important, I guess. Red team might win this just by volume of numbers. It looks like they're desperately trying to charge up here and stop point 3 from being taken back, because as you can see, they are on their way to victory if they just hold point 2, which is very much in their control, and point 3, which is in question, but it looks like they're already going to secure it. They've kind of given up on point 1. They're just throwing a couple Forsaken and Spawn at it to be annoying, to make sure their opponents have to dedicate resources. Hi, sweetie. Hi. But they don't really want to keep it. They don't care. They just want to keep 3 and 2. And it looks like they will. And I think that's gonna do it. I don't see the yellow team taking it back. So at this point, the yellow team needs a triple cap to come back. And I just don't see them taking point 2. So all of your reinforcements for the red team should just go to point 2. Just throw everything you have at point 2. Abandon point 3, it doesn't matter anymore. Would be my take on it. Looks like they will fight point 3, and they're just going to hold it with a bunch of bodies. There's blue horrors and pink horrors, and just standing around, getting killed. Mornfang Cavalry will also run up. And Hazel's getting belly scratches, because she loves them. That's it, folks! Game 1 goes to Big Please and Raced. And my voice cracked pretty hard, little puppy. Pretty hard, little pupper. Little pupperino. Little pupperinos and pepperinos. We love Hazel in this house. Hi. You're so jumpy. You're so jumpy. I ran my toe over, and that hurt a lot. Ow.
Your unit has been destroyed.
Ow. Dad ran his toe over. Why does that hurt so much? And it's over. Good job. That was a really close game. They did good, huh, Pup? They did good. They did good. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They did good. Okay. We will give our combatants 1 point. We will throw up the blocker. And then I'm going to check those messages that were all for me. Oh, God. Is Scryerbot down again? I swear to God. No, he's fine. He's fine. I missed out on the 2v2 Dom because I thought it'd start 1 hour later. F, I'm out. Sag. Race told me websites to check what time zones are like, for example. Sorry for waiting for me. That was later. Yeah. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It happens. Clan Rat roll. So when are we gonna get? It's quite prevalent in the polls, and people clearly want it. Oh no! I'll deal with that later. I have to go to the bathroom. Hazel, you stay here. Entertain the stream. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no.
Yeah. She didn't even try to hang on price or anything and stuff. So she did. 30. That was more let's do it for. You want 10? We maybe part of the rental. 10?
No, she bought the gardening stuff. This way.
Oh my god, I did that. I did 5 billion. See you later.
No, I know. It's a tragedy.
We're going to Target.
You're gonna run to Target?
Yeah. Do you need anything?
Pink bunny slippers. No, I don't need any.
Do you want to leave it open so the lady, or do you want me to count up?
Yeah, she can chill. The door's only closed because you don't want to hear me shouting all the time. I'm back. Grace sold one of her fish tanks, so that's good. Who is in this tournament, Mark? We have... This is the final, so it's Cole, Smart Shopper, Swarv, Big B's, Race. Race just left, but he is here. It's kind of a smaller event today. Challenge pooped itself for HW's tournament and Queden's. That's always hard to rally after a technical issue like that. But we're doing okay. There's gonna be alright. There's gonna be just fine. What to do? What to do? Oh, she's stomping around. So the second game should be Kislev, Zinch. Queden sent me this stuff. Kislev, Zinch for Swarv and Coles, and then is it Kislev and Korn is true for Raced and Big B's. Okay. I kind of favor Kislev Korn, especially on this open of a map. And it's a rather small map, so Korn can get to the capture point quite effectively. I think Big B's and Raced are pretty heavily favored. Would be my guess. Would be my guess. Sorry. Typing out a thing. Kislev Zinch versus Korn Kislev, yeah. Feels like... I mean, I guess Korn could get abused by Chariots. Could. Unless they bring, like, Blood Crushers. But even then, Blood Crushers are a super expensive unit. Skyrim, but if I die, it ends. Skyrim, but if I die, it ends. Frostpunk. Or what was the last option that people wanted? Doom, I guess. Okay. Yeah, we'll stream something. There's been a lot of, like, for fun things people wanted me to do. Skyrim... We'll give Skyrim to Ogre Kingdoms. Frostpunk we'll give to Kislev. And Doom, I guess, is Korn. That's the most Korn thing I've ever seen. Add reactions, so we need... Zinch. Ogres. Kislev. And then corn. Done. Okay, I'm back. That blocker's a little big, I guess. I could shrink it a little bit. Shrink it a little bit. Shrink it. Beep. There. Fucking Bob Trash. So, tired. There's so much stuff I want to do for YouTube. So much stuff. But having like a real job is tricky with that. There's a lot of streams I could do. Honestly, if I didn't have a job and I didn't need it for sustenance, I would probably stream about 10 hours a day. Probably. It's fun. I have a lot of games I want to play, but it's hard to justify playing games on my own right now. Because whenever I have free time, I should probably stream, since I only stream about twice a week. I make videos. I make a lot of videos. Oh no. People are actually voting for Panzer models. Oh god. Oh lordy. Alright, we'll deal with that. We have to deal with that. For now, we're getting into game 2. And if you want a game 3, you're rooting for Cole's Swarv Shopper, which is Kislev Zinch, versus Raisin Big B's Korn Kislev. But I am personally favoring Korn Kislev here. I think Zinch is going to have a bad time. Who the frick is messaging me? Nah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. XT Ronan's playing Elden Ring. I should probably start Elden Ring someday soon. I have it. Do I have it actually? I don't have it. Oh god. I'm gonna need to uninstall some stuff to get Elden Ring. I don't have space for it. Shit. Shit balls. I even have like a lot of space on my computer and still it all gets filled up. Games nowadays are so huge. I wonder how far I can get into the ether. Oh, it's the end of the world. It just ends. Wow. Hey, there's water underneath this part of the world. This kind of reminds me, if you take this angle, this kind of reminds me of that map in Halo 2. Does anybody remember that map? Halo 2, there's like all those gondolas that take you from place to place, and you're chasing down the Prophet of Regret. Am I the only one that remembers that? There's like jackal snipers everywhere. You have to be super careful, take some cover. You have the Arbiter with you. Or wait, are you the Arbiter? I don't remember. That was a dope. Like, Halo 2 is the Halo I remember the least, but every time I replay it, I'm like, oh yeah, this was pretty good. And then I forget about it again. Good morning, Ichigo. Doomsage, I'm not Ichigo. But hi. It's good to have you, buddy. It's good to have you. Starting armies. We have the Tsarina on the side of Big B's Enraced. Tsarina and a Patriarch. Tsarina has Heart of Winter and her little Frostfang. Explosion. So she's all about punishing them infantries. And yeah. Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warriors. A whole, just so every variant of Chaos Warrior in multiples. We have one chariot. It's a heavy war sled. A second heavy war sled. And some Streltsy, some Kossars, more Kossars. None of them are the spear variant. Okay, cool. On the other side... Wait, Herald of Khorne? Yeah, of course it's a Herald of Khorne. For Swarv and Cole's Smart Shopper, we do have a Exalted Lord of Change of Zinch. Blue Fire, Pink Fire. Double Heavy War Sled as well. Castalton, a Frostmane of Ice with Heart of Winter. Then we have a random Snow Leopard. Snow Leopard! Exalted Pink Horrors, Blue Horrors, Blue Horrors, Blue Horrors, Exalted Pink Horrors, Streltsy, a Cultist of Tzeentch, another Cultist of Tzeentch. Both have the summon. Spawn of Tzeentch. And then we have a Little Grum. Little Grum! Weird. Okay. Sorry. I had to check something real quick. But I'm having troubles finding it. And now my screen is all fucked up. There we go. Fixed it. Anyway, initial forays are going on. Heavy sleds are killing a whole bunch of Exalted Pink Horrors and Blue Horrors trying to get through their shields. Meanwhile, the other Blue Horrors and Pink Horrors are just firing at Khorne Warriors with their shields who don't care. So it's different kinds of shields on both sides, but still shields. Little Grom does do a number on the heavy war sleds, and they're going to want to get the hell out of here before they start losing models. They do need to get closer to their Patriarch who can heal them up. A quick Overcast of Pink Fire of Tzeentch does kill off a shitload of Kossars, and they will hang on. They will survive. Ba-da-ba, I will survive. I will survive. We lost ourselves a war sled, and the Patriarch still nowhere to be found. I will survive. I will survive. Please blob them up. Please blob them up so you can heal them, please. Fleshhounds of Khorne are spawning on the top area. They will probably loop around and try to hit these Blue Horrors in the back and kill them. Meanwhile, heavy war sleds are killing infinite amounts of Chaos Warriors. Just so much damage. And Blue Horrors and Pink Horrors are also killing them quite significantly. It looks like Swarv and Cold Smart Chopper are out damaging the other team by about 2 to 1. Which is not entirely unexpected at the very start of the game, but still rough to see it. One of the heavy war sleds is actually going to rout while getting healed. It just doesn't have enough health to stay in it. Wing Lancers charge straight into the Blue Horrors, but they're so gosh darn tanky that the Wing Lancers really have a tough time getting anything done. It does look like a Pink Fire of Tzeentch tries to kill Chaos Warriors of Khorne, but it's not going to do too much. And now the Tsarina is trying to charge in and fight Castalton on her own. Castalton's not a bad melee combatant, but neither is the Tsarina, so I guess they're just both fine with it. Fleshhounds of Khorne do need to take a wider angle on this and stop these Blue Horrors and Pink Horrors. They definitely need to do that. Currently looks like they're both running over to capture a point, but don't think that's worth it for the amount of damage you're taking. All that being said, damage is going heavily into the yellow team's favor, but red team is poised to take 2, if not 3, control points on the very start. So it's not bad for them. Fleshhounds are attacking Blue Horrors who are out of ammo. Maybe focus the Exalted Pink Horrors. Maybe, but I guess this is fine too. Damage is damage. After all, heavy war sleds of Kislev, the red Kislev, are doing their best, but a Snow Leopard is slowly poking them down. I like that little tech piece, just 650 gold of anti-large armor-piercing power. It's good. Keeps them honest. Keeps them more than honest. It's kicking their ass. So Khorne's having not a great time. The high ground has kind of gone to them a little bit. We do have Winged Lancers coming over, though. They'll need some support if they want to take point 2. Okay, thought I heard Grace trying to talk to me, but I think she should be at the store. Blue Horrors still firing in. Looks like Exalted Pink Horrors are also not shut down. Khorne does have to focus a little bit more on them. When they have their Fleshhounds, I feel like they've just been attacking the front line where they do need to loop around to the back line. Like the Blue Horrors that were out of ammo earlier didn't really need to be killed. You could just ignore them, honestly, for maybe the rest of the game. You've taken point 3. You do need to push off of it with those 2 Chaos Warriors, and you need to start lumbering towards something a little more useful. Winged Lancers are going to 2v1 some Fleshhounds of Khorne, which is going to be very good for the Fleshhounds, along with a Herald to even give them some buffs nearby. That is very good. We have some Forsaken, some Armored Kossars, so yellow team is investing in the top to try and take it from Khorne. They will succeed in doing so unless something changes over here. And yellow team even took point 1, so this is rough. It was a little rough for Big B's and Raced at the start. They're still behind a damage value about 2,000 points, though it's not 2 to 1 anymore, which is good. I mean, it's progress. Hard to pass. Yes. Big blob fight in the center is going heavily to the yellow team. They do have 4 single entities here versus 2, and they even have a gun line supporting them as they just gun down this Patriarch. That is a big problem for Big B's and Raced. And I've been saying that a lot this game, which is getting me quite concerned about the red team's chances in this. They're getting forced back to their spawn points a little bit. Streltsy are trying to fire, but they're currently obstructed by the Chaos spawn. And Cavalry can't hit anything over there, so they might want to shoot at the Furies that are literally flying, or shoot at the single entities that are on their side of the battle. Other than that, like I said, we have Chaos Warriors just standing on point 3. They will want to push up and shut down some ranged assets. We do have dogs going around the long way, which I approve of, to shut down some more of the ranged assets. 1 Forsaken versus like 3 dog units and a Kosovoite Dervish. Shouldn't be a winning play for them, but it looks like red team is going to pull off of point 2 that is currently neutral. They should stick around and capture it, which it looks like they will. Meanwhile, these Kosovoite Dervishes are getting absolutely messed up on all sides. Maybe a rear charge would be tempting, but you would give up on capturing point 2 with that move, so I wouldn't do that. Streltsy still firing in onto the ice, Frost Maiden of Ice, trying to kill her, and we do have a big Heart of Winter, but who's it going to hit? It's a yellow Heart of Winter hitting all these red units. That's going to be huge for the forces of Swarvin Coles. That's going to be pretty huge. Lots of small incremental damage. Point 2 has almost been taken. These Furies are not stopping the capture because they're a flying unit. So no one cares about that. And Forsaken have now pushed up to point 3 and are going to try and claim it back, though there's plenty of fire support from Tzeentch and Kislev to support such an action. Tickets are very, very even. Since it looks like this point hasn't been taken by anybody yet, now even blue horrors, oh, it's Exalted Pink horrors, are going to walk over here just to stop it from being captured. These Fleshhounds of Khorne do need to be rallied and sent somewhere to go fight. And red is getting pushed back across the board. They have less units on the field, they have less damage value on the field, and they have less map control. They have a lot of resources, so they need to start spending some of this money more aggressively to take back the points. Race especially is 2,200 gold. Gotta spend some of that. You gotta spend it. Yellow took that point from green. I don't really know how that keeps happening visually, but whatever. It's fine. And another Heart of Winter. It looks like it was cast mostly on the Exalted Lord of Change. It doesn't do a lot of damage to a single entity, so I don't think that was the best cast of it, but maybe he was worried Zarina was just going to die, so he wanted to cast it rather than not. I don't know. She might die. It's not looking so great. We do have Zargard running up here. Point 2 has been captured by the yellow team, so they're going to start finally pulling ahead in tickets that have been very even since the start of the game. Khorne brings more Chaos Warriors in. Kislev has 2,500 gold in the bank. They gotta spend that, especially with their current state in the game. They need to get back in here and do some stuff. I would spawn as many dog units as possible. All the dogs you have need to go get active, because Tzeentch and Kislev have so many ranged units that are just pummeling you right now. You just gotta get to them. Chaos Warriors are too slow and grindy to do anything about that. And Fleshhounds are also decently okay at hunting down the heavy war sleds of the yellow Kislev. That it looks like we had one respawn, and they're back in it. Both cultists of Tzeentch are running off, extremely wounded. That is a good thing for the red team at last. They needed some good news. And they have their own heavy war sleds back that are huge. Huge in being able to shut down all of these pink horrors. One of them's even going to start crumbling. That is a summon, so it's not as big of a deal. But these pink horrors are real, so they actually have to get shut down. Khorne warriors are still standing on point 3, just vibing, chilling, having the best day of their lives. Doing whatever they please. Little Grom's almost out of ammo. Zargard and Kosovoite Dervishes are fighting Exalted Pink Horrors and Heavy War Sleds. Not having a great time over there. An Exalted Lord of Change just lands in the middle of Halberds and Kosovoite Dervishes, and he's going to just path out of here like nothing even happened. If you ever wonder why single entities are the strongest fucking thing in the game, that. Streltsy are going to turn around and try to Gatling gun him down, and if maybe if red team can snipe out their Lord here, they can come back in this game. They're currently in a really bad spot. Ray spends about 2,000 gold all of a sudden, which I do all the time because I forget how to do, I forget Domination Mode as reinforcements sometimes, so I need to do that more often, but that is a big downside if you forget about your units and then just spawn a bunch. It's like, oof, they could have been out here doing stuff. Do have some Fleshhounds of Khorne getting spawned. They probably don't want to fight these Zargard, but they could maybe run over here and deal with all of these wounded ranged units. Maybe. Sleds and dogs and Chaos Warriors making a pretty heavy push for point 1. Point 2 is quite locked up as Zargard are going to keep fighting Exalted Pink Horrors and Furies. They actually might win that if nothing comes to support. But we do have the Exalted Lord of Change coming back. We have Streltsy over here. We have Furies, so I doubt these Zargard get the 2v1 fight they want. Streltsy, you're getting gunned down on all sides by pink and blue horrors. I'm getting a shit ton of messages. What the hell? Okay. 20 units on the field on one side, 29 on the other side. Both sides have about the same amount of money in the bank, and the yellow team has about 4,000 more damage value. Herald of Corn is fading for Big Beast, because Dalton's fine. He's at half health. He's chilling. So Red's behind on money, they're behind on units, they're behind on damage, and they're behind on points. I don't see how they can come back. I'm not seeing it, Coach. I'm scared, alarmed, infuriated, distraught, upset. Okay, I already read that text. What the fuck does my phone want? Apps are stated for deep sleep. No, not apps I never use. Oh my god. Oh, no. I don't know. I don't know, class. What are we thinking? How can they... What can they do? Every time I hear Human Boy's phone, I think it's my phone. I'm going crazy. Platypus, just for you. Just for you. You know what we're going to do? We're going to turn our phone off. We're going to turn it off. No, I wouldn't do that. I can't do that. What if Grace needs me? I'll put it really far away from the microphone. There, just for you, buddy. Yellow team took point 2 from green team. Thank God. Oh, boy. Also, my favorite thing is that that joke never gets old. Literally never. Some pew-pews of the heavy war sleds fighting other heavy war sleds. Exalted pink horrors. Yeah, that looks exalted. Yeah. Exalted pink horrors shooting in on these sleds. They're trying to get away from the exalted lord. Exalted lord of Zalt. We have exalted pinkies fighting the exalted pinkies with the exalted snow leopard. Next to exalted blue horrors fighting the exalted war sleds. I'm just trying my best out here. These Chaos Warriors with dual weapons have been at point 3 the entire game. They're just like, if you've ever played Call of Duty Domination mode, where there's the 3 flags, they're the sniper that sits at point C, while points A and B have been taken by the enemy the entire game. And in the post-game lobby, they just quietly mutter like, "Why couldn't you guys take point A and B? I was holding point C all by myself." And you're like, "Yeah, because nobody fucking went there, you degenerate." And he's like, "Still held it all by myself. Had a claymore behind me facing the ladder. I was up on a tower. GG MVP." You get 1 kill, no deaths, and he's just giving you shit all game long. I miss Call of Duty. I miss having a rage heart attack every single time I loaded my Xbox 360, pounded some Mountain Dew after school. Those were the days. Those were the fucking days. Grabbing a Barrett 50 caliber in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare that you could fire semi-auto for some reason with no recoil, even though a normal Barrett would take your fucking arm off. You could fire the Desert Eagle automatic fire. Those were the days. Oh my god. Anyway, another Heart of Winter hits. What is this thing? Heart of Winter hits along with a Frostbite from Ice Sheet and Hard. Oh my god, their speed's 15 now. Good lord. Zargard have a speed of 15. Corn Warriors have a speed of 14. Nothing's moving in there. The damage value lead is about 4,000 at the end of the game here, and Yellow Team is going to claim it. There is no possible way Red wins at this juncture. I mean, they'd need a triple cap, which isn't going to happen. No! No! The Sniper Chaos Warriors! No! They were camping point C for so long, and they lose it! No! Oh, they're KDA. Oh, God. Now they can't flame their team. Jesus Christ. I mean, their team shows up and saves the day, but you can't flame your team if your team saved you. This isn't League of Legends. League of Legends, you can flame anybody for any reason. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Game 3. We're going. It's happening. Why is Logic messaging me? What is this? The ultimate bear down. Kislev mirror. Perfect. It's just peak gameplay. Alright, we're ticking up to a victory here. These dual Chaos Warriors are somewhere, living their best life. Type in GG no re.
Has been destroyed.
Thanks. I like it that dickhead shows up now to tell me a unit's been wiped out. It's like, alright, dude, this game's been going for 13 minutes, but this is the first time anybody's died. Excellent.
Glory is yours.
Oh, we did it. You can always flame the jungler. I play Phil, and it's pretty much just jungle queue right now. What sucks is I like League of Legends as a game. I just hate that it's a team game. Because, like, the mechanics are fun. The characters are super fun. It's just toxic to interact with people. And, like, I know Contende and I have gone back and forth on this. Contende is a more positive soul than I am. Hold on. Before I start talking about Contende, I will announce the last game. So game 3 is on Death Pass. We have Nurgle and Slanesh for Cole, Smart Shopper, and Swarv. And on the other side, we have Nurgle and Cathay. Nurgle, mirror, kind of. In a 2v2, let's fucking go. So, Contende. Yeah, Dude, I get so fucking pissed at League sometimes. I've been playing a little bit more of it recently, because LCS is the esports of League. It's been in playoffs, so then when you watch playoffs, you're like, oh man, I should play that game again. You give it a couple games. And it is fun. The mechanics are fun. It's good. But, like, one of the problems I have with League of Legends and why I switched, because I used to be super competitive in League. Competitive and good are very different terms. I mean, I got to Diamond 2 at one point, so I was okay. But, like, I was never, like, the best. But I played League over and over again for a long time, and then I switched to Total War Warhammer. And the reason was I just got so fucking tired of rolling the dice on whether or not you were going to win the game based on your team. Because everything's a percentage. And that's what bothered me. And it's like, it's just tough shit, and that's how it works. And it's not necessarily, like, a bad thing, because Overwatch is the same, right? So I don't want to just pretend League is unique in that aspect. It's like, Overwatch is similar. If you queue up and you're like, hey, I'm going to play Mercy, and I'm going to heal my damage dealers, and then, like, your Tracer fucks off to go nowhere. Your Reinhardt never puts his shield up, it just charges in all alone. Your Roadhog can't hit a hook to save his life. Like, yeah, you're going to fucking lose that game. So League isn't special in that, but it frustrated me so much. Like, just the other day, I had a game on Volibear, who's a tank. I was a tank, and I had more damage than anyone on my team, and more damage than anyone on their team, but one person. So on a tank, I had more damage than most of the people in the game. And I was playing my ass off, and just, like, every lane was constantly losing. And you're like, all right, I physically can't win this. And it's annoying. It's annoying. And, like, this isn't some echo chamber of paranoia that the world is against me, man. Because I've had games also where I shit the bed and my team carried me. I've had good games where both teams are pretty good. You know, and it's like, it sucks to queue up and roll the dice to see if you're going to have a fun game. And it's like, that blows. Or at least Total War Warhammer, it's like 1v1. I count on no one but myself. There's not a ton of RNG. You know, you have much more control over it, which is why I got big into that. Because my buddy Josh, who was on the painting stream yesterday, and he's been on the stream a couple times, he plays a shit ton of Overwatch. I only have fun in that game when I play with him and his wife, because then we're 3 out of the 6 people. So if the other 3 are complete jack-offs, at least I can just follow around Josh and Sarah and we have a good time. But I don't know a lot of people that play League anymore. So League is the most fun when you have friends for teammates, because then you can just enjoy the mechanics of the game, which I'd still think are good. So I don't know. I think League gets a slightly bad rap. I don't think it's that bad of a game. It's a community game, and relying on randoms from the internet is a risky proposition. Is my view on it. Adelmo's here. How you doing? How you doing? Phil equals Jung has always been, always will be. Was Rat Boy the sniper camping a point? Nah. When I played Call of Duty, I usually took light machine guns, which light machine gun usually means the biggest fucking machine gun you can get with a ton of ammo. I just thought that was really fun. They were usually quite bad if you were trying to be good, but I just liked the feel of going like Like, it's I just love shooting a lot of bullets at stuff. That's why games like Battlefield was the shit for first-person shooters. It was so cool. Call of Duty, I grew up on Call of Duty, but then when I discovered Battlefield, I liked it a lot more because it's a little more realistic. And when I say realistic, it's like you could be more realistic than something and still not even be close to realistic, you know? A realistic war game wouldn't be any fun because it'd be you sitting in one spot that you were ordered to sit in for a long time, never see any action for like 3 days, and then when you do see action, it's horrifying, right? Let's not romanticize real war. But a war game, Battlefield was a little bit more fun because it was less like sprint around and kill somebody in one shot. It was much more like positioning on a greater map and a greater context and like suppressing fire and moving around with a squad. Because I would always play with like 3 or 4 of my friends and we would make a squad and like run around and do some fun stuff. Battlefield's tight, dude. Why do you have a table that comes up to your chest? Because I'm sitting low in my chair. But in 1v1s, can't blame other people for my own failure. I play League, we should play sometime? Hell yeah, Menacing Platypus. Hell yeah, dude. Nothing beats War Thunder on levels of salt. My brother played War Thunder, Zep. What is that game? What's that about? He explained it to me, this was years ago. Relying on random is risky, yet the title of the stream is playing with randoms. KV, why don't you shut up. Quit being right about stuff. Really makes you look like a little kid sitting at a grown-up table. I am a little kid sitting at a grown-up table. I would play League with you, but I refuse to install it again. I mean, you could just flame me. If I was streaming, you could just flame me for every skill shot I miss or something, and then that's close enough to being on my team. Time Spheres is the best first person. Time Splitters! Oh, yeah, dude. Time Splitters is great. Time Splitters is dope. I love that game on the GameCube. It's a shooter where you play tanks or planes. I see. Dude, last thing I'll say about League. This happened to me actually last night. I played one game before bed. I fucking love when someone is 10-1, right? In League of Legends, that means you have 10 kills, 1 death. So you have a lot of money. The game's on you to win. And your team is like doing their best. And they go, I'm going to split push, which is smart. That's a smart decision for them. I'm going to split push. You guys group up. And if they engage on you, just run away and I'll split push. You're like, all right, cool. And then they get to the top tier 3 turret. So they are super far in enemy territory. And the enemy team just all leaves us. 5v4, they all leave us. And we push up mid lane to get something. And we're telling our top laner to back off. And they're like, nah, I can 1v5. Like, they literally type that. And they sprint to the enemy team and die. They do that like 5 times in a row. And then we lose the game. And in the end, they're like, couldn't carry this dog shit team. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You are the literal reason we lost. And they're like, nah, I'm 10-6. And I'm like, at one point you were 10-1. Like, having a lead and throwing the fuck out of the game is way more impactful than us falling like a couple hundred gold behind our lanes. And they just like don't get it through their monkey brains, where it's like, no, I went unga bunga on the keyboard when I had lots of kills and I died. Therefore, everybody else's fault. Oh, it tilts me so hard. It tilts me so fucking hard when people can't realize that they fucked up. It's like, yeah, you played better in the first 50% of the game than me, but you really fucked up in the last part where it counted. Like, and they're just like, nope, everybody else's fault. I'm perfect because I have big numbers, and big numbers equals big brain, and my big brain hit the big keys, and I'm a big winner. Can you tell it makes me mad? German teams in War Thunder, no one plays ships. Dude, I loved ships. And there was a game for the Xbox called Battle Stations Midway and then Battle Stations Pacific. Oh, those games are so fucking good, dude. I love ship games, though. I'm sensing PTSD with hubby. Yeah, dude. Get good, you like, come on. You're letting the team down. Yeah, I'm trash, dude. If I reinstall, I don't know you to play with Cyrus. Yeah. Sorry, I missed this. Queden, did you get a question? Sorry. I missed the thingy. One Mortis engine per team. No duplicate spells. No more than one source of a net between. I don't see anywhere in the rules that he can't. Yeah, what Swarv proposed to me is fine. I don't see it in the rules anywhere about the SE limits. So I think it's fine. Sorry, Swarv was asking me something, but I was talking to you guys. I've been pinged a lot in Discord, so I didn't notice that that one was real, and that's my fault. Rush tank. IS-2 is great. IS-2 is great. Scrub Bronzy Human Boy. My last name is German, translate to Flower Mountain. So I'm playing a German Flower Boy IRL. That tracks. That tracks wicked. My last name is Kep, Koepp, but you can literally just say it as Kep. So I have a 5-letter last name with 2 of them being silent. And in German it's supposed to be pronounced Kerp, but it got Americanized over a couple generations. So that's pretty nice, because I think it used to be Ko umlaut pp, and then how you do an umlaut in a language that doesn't have them is the vowel and then an e after it usually. So I think that's how it came about. And I imagine people kept getting Kerp wrong, so then they just switched it to Kep. But I don't know. I have a Midwest farmer family to the bone. Minus the final E, you got it. Bloomberge? Sounds weird. Bloomberge! Alright, game started. So what do we have? For Raced and Big Bees, we have the Cathay Nurgle combo. 1 cannon, couple crossbowmen. It looks like Jade Warrior crossbowmen. Some Jade Warriors with halberds. Jade Warriors with halberds. Basic Jade Warriors. For Nurgle, we have Plague Bearers. Exalted Greater Unclean One of Nurgle, Cultist, Double Chaos Spawn, and Xiaoming the Iron Dragon. Who is daring to ping me at this time? Is it important? Stream announcements. No, it is not important at this moment. I will now leave you, good sir. Thank you. So that's one side. On the other side, Swarv was asking me about Kugoth Plaguefather, but it looks like he just went with an Exalted Greater Unclean One of Nurgle. We have a Herald of Slaanesh with the Whip and Acquiescence. Cultist, a whole bunch of Hellstriders, some with Hell Scourges. Actually, yeah, it looks like all of them with Hell Scourges. Marauders of Slaanesh, Plague Bearers, Double Cultist, Exalted Plague Bearers, Soul Grinder, more Marauders. Oh, a Chariot. There we go. Chariot, another Cultist, more Plague Bearers, Nurglings. Great. Is it true that Americans don't understand that Van is a part of your last name? Because I always seem to get that wrong. I didn't understand that, so maybe. You ever thought about getting a simpler last name? Huh? Is there a Blomberg region in Germany? I stayed up near the Bremen area. And I stayed for a month. I lived with the family in a little town called Stue in the very, very far north. It was a nice little town. It was nice. Which wouldn't be part of the actual name. I don't know, man. I think we can all agree that anyone from Europe is very strange and needs to change how they live their life. I think we can all agree that. Anybody on the other side of the Atlantic is strange and weird and needs to change how they live their life. Actually, anybody on the other side of the Pacific as well needs to change how they live their life. Anybody south of Arizona needs to change how they live their... Actually, anybody north of Minnesota also needs to change how they live their life. So south of Arizona, north of Minnesota, on either across either ocean, need to change because they're all weird. I think we can agree that. Meanwhile, Cathaya is moving up. They summon a Terracotta Sentinel that's running forward with them. It looks like some Chaos Furies of Nurgle and Slaanesh are trying to shut down the Jade Warriors. They shouldn't be successful at this because there's just so many units around. Fury should die. I think Zhao Ming might want to transform into a dragon and come back here and fight, do some AoE attacks. That would do some good work. Cannons are trying to fire at the Soul Grinder, cut them off. That's pretty good. And just a horde of Nurgle and Slanesh are just sprinting forward. That is a lot of boys. That is a lot of lads. 5 letters in my last name, and 99% of the time people get it wrong, and there are no weird silent letters or anything. That's fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up, Jeremy. These Jade Wars with halberds are doing their best to hold off all these Furies, but it looks like a lot of the units kind of ignored that this was happening. Zhao Ming really should come back and secure his ranged assets. Not a fan of this. I think it's a big sacrifice to lose 2 Jade Crossbowmen like that. So Nurgle and Slanesh are going to take 2 capture points right away, and the middle is being contested. So what you're saying is anyone not in the central U.S. has to change. Yeah, Rinless. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Everyone else is wrong. Yeah. I don't see a problem with that. Cannon is trying to shoot at some more Hellstriders and stuff. The Soul Grinder Nurgle is almost out of ammunition already, and the yellow team is ahead on the damage so far. Jade Warrior Crossmen, neither have routed, so that's good. They're hanging in there, I guess. But they are now fighting some Plague Bears in melee combat with Furies on their back line, so that's not going great. Center is going very well for yellow. Point 1 is going excellently for yellow. Yellow is dominating point 1, he said, as there's 1 unit there. And the red team is having a hard time getting 3. This isn't shocking with Nurgle and Cathay, that it would take you some time to get going. So the main problem is if Cathay, plus Nurgle, mostly Cathay, can get enough damage out to take these points eventually, and then have red Nurgle hold them, is going to be the problem. But it looks like their backline is getting compromised a lot from Slanesh and Nurgle. There's been some serious issues keeping ranged assets online for Cathay right now. And without ranged assets, Cathay's not really a great faction, because they kind of need that. Sounds accurate. I doubt most Americans even have even thought about this question. Alright. So that's really bad, what's happening right now. We have 2 Jade Warrior Crossmen routing. We have a cannon routing. They might even get chased off the map due to these Seekers, due to the Chaos Furies of Nurgle. And it looks like the Longbow Riders coming back will try and break up this situation, but it's real bad. That is a real bad time. Point 3 has been taken by the red team, so good for them, I guess, but it might be not enough, as the Nurgle-Slanesh combo has gotten off to a huge lead, about 1,300 points over their opponents. Can we call it mustard versus ketchup? Sure. Mustard is dominating right now, as it does in real life. Mustard gang for life, dude. Ketchup, overrated. I love mustard. The Exalted Greater Unclean Ones of Nurgle are fighting each other, and it looks like that is going to Mustard. Mustard Nurgle is beating the shit out of Ketchup Nurgle. Mustard's more in his color scheme, anyway. Cathay has taken point 3. Point 3. Zhao Ming needs to turn into a dragon. He can't afford to walk all over the place. It's taking him way too long. The Cathay spawn area has been completely fucked, which is bad. They lost their cannon, they lost a lot of archers, and now they have more archers running away from Nurgle, and I think this is going to be a slam for Swarv and Cole Smart Shopper. Unless Big B's and Race do something crazy. Because they're, like, the damage profile is getting evened out a lot, I will say that, but it's just, like, the battlefield dominance right now of Slanesh and Nurgle is going to be super hard for them to come back from, especially when their spawn is so shut down. You can see these 2 guys barely left their point. They had to back up a little bit, and then they're immediately getting attacked. They're going to get routed right off the map. And that's another... Those aren't even peasant archers. Those are Jade Warrior Crossmen. That's another 1,200 gold just siphoned off the map immediately. The truffle-infused ketchup is one of the best variations. I've never had or heard of that. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Oh my fucking god. That was disgusting. I am very sorry for that. Ugh. Ugh. City encountering Gloomhaven. Should I join the expedition as a logger or a guard? Guard. Guard. Guard is the best. It's a little, like, typical, and I get that, but it's also the best. What is this? What the hell is happening here? What is happening? What is that big swooshy swoosh? What's going on? Somebody explain to me what the fuck. I don't like being confused. What is that? What the hell is happening? Oh, it's Sweet Sorrow. Okay, I guess. I don't know why there's 1 jet of wind, but... Okay. Seems fine. Curry is better than mayo. Curry is pretty good when it's made right. I've had some pretty shit curry, though. Mayo is best? Objectively false. Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You are wrong. Mayo sucks. Mayo sucks. Don't get me started on this. I thought truffle would be rare and expensive to get used in ketchup. My mother's family maiden name was Pinchesky, or something close to that. When we came to Ellis Island, American shortened it to Pine. Oh. That's interesting. They're from Poland or Russian, I forget. Alright. Ketchup is trying to make headway into the mustard central area. Zhao Ming is here. I wonder if he has any final transits he could throw in this area. Lash of Slench is going to clear out some stuff, but he really needs a blob punishment tool of some kind. Final trans would be good there. Cool to know I was wrong. I thought the truffle would be very expensive. Curry sauce on chips is an abomination. Yeah, if it's bad curry. Smaller jar for higher price, but it's quite worth it. Cocktail sauce is the best for tzatziki. Dude, I love, like, well, it's Turkish food, but I got it in Germany. Döners are incredible. They're like gyros, but good. Or gyros. They're gyros, but actually good. Sippe is a sweet. Tzatziki is good. Anyway, yellow is reclaiming point 1. Yellow has not even lost point 2. And yellow is trying to reclaim point 3. So things are going very well for Ketchup, he said. Not believing it. Ketchup has caught up and even passed them on damage value, but again, they spawned some ranged units with no protection, and it looks like the Seekers of Slash and the Furies are just going to fly over and immediately fuck everybody's day. Goodbye, cannon. That's a big problem. If Big B's and Raced ever want to become the world's best 2v2 team, he said sarcastically, because this is a random allies, so they didn't know they were going to be playing with each other, but just a quick synergy note. If you're going to have Cathay spawn any ranged units, you need to have something back here to defend them, because recently it's just been like, I spawn archers, ah, fuck, they're compromised immediately. I spawn cannons, ah, fuck, they're compromised immediately. So it's pretty tough. But that's why Cathay is really hard in this mode, is because they either have to sit back and protect their range, or they have to move up and leave their range to die. And you need to capture the points, so you have to move up, and then your range dies. So it's like chicken or the egg, potato or potato, Nurgle or a good faction. If a Greek heard you pronounce gyros, you'd be dead. Well, I think I heard... Not heard. I think I said it right the first time. I said gyros is a joke. I say gyros. Gyros. No. Just gyros. The price on our truffle products, we are normally fairly priced, but even our saffron is cheaper than other stores. Whole or sliced black truffle is probably expensive. Yes. Tons of Döner places. Yeah, Döners are great, dude. Döners are awesome. We don't eat a lot of sheep in the U.S., honestly. A lot of sheep products, but, like, mutton's pretty good. I think is the fact that it's rare to me to find mutton is what makes it good, and if I had mutton every day, it'd probably be pretty ho-hum. But I like sheep. Sheep's good. Alright, here's an unpopular take. By the way, the game is pretty fucked. Mustard is destroying it. So we're going to talk about this. I pose this to you. Beef is overrated. Alright, hear me out. Beef is overrated. It's fine. It's a good meat. I don't have a problem with beef. I don't have beef with beef, but I think beef is overrated. Alright, there's a lot of stereotypical Americans out there that are like, beef is the best thing, cow is the best animal for best eating. And I say fuck that. One, pork is amazing. Pork is awesome. I love pulled pork. Pulled pork is great. Ham's pretty great. All this stuff's great. Chicken kicks meat's ass. Meat's ass, yes. Chicken kicks beef's ass. Beef can get, like, chewy if you cook it wrong. It can be kind of flavorless if you cook it wrong. Like, you have to cook it right for it to even be good. Chicken you can fuck up entirely and it'll be fine. Like, chicken's just hearty. I like turkey in the right circumstance. It's definitely worse than beef, but I'll give it that. I think sheep is undervalued. Duck and goose are pretty good, undervalued. Venison is incredible, undervalued. People who are all like beef is the best are fucking wrong. And I will fight anyone who tells me otherwise. Beef is fine. Beef is okay. For selling country of France made independent, not a mistake. Most are fairly similar, but I get you hate both Turkish and Greece. Turkish Döner better than Greek gyros or euros. Make a mean smoked chicken. Dude, chicken's awesome. I love chicken. Chicken's so good. Chicken goes in like anything. Angus sirloin steak, rare, is the best dish ever. I'll take your word for it, but like, that's so hard to cook. Like, you have to take the average, right? You have to take the average of a meat when you're rating it as a whole product. You can't be like, well, the best beef is better than the best burnt car tire. And it's like, yeah, that's true, but like, on the whole, a lot of people just throw a slab of beef down and get nothing out of it. And then it's just kind of like this chewy, rubbery abomination. Also, red triple capped while I was being distracted. That's kind of surprising, actually. We need so few points left for the green team, and red triple caps. It looks like point 3, there's no hope of return. The middle point looks like it's actually getting contested okay. But Red's Exalted Greater Unclean one is going to die, and that's going to be a huge problem, because then Yellow will have... Mustard will have a Mortis Engine, and they won't. And Ketchup is in danger over here. Zhao Ming does not count towards the capture weight, so it's really down to these Jade Warriors with Halberds who are fading fast and about to break. So many Mustard units piling in. They're going to take back point 1, and they're going to win this game. But they did... Ketchup made a late game push here. They have the center point just by bodies. Mustard has better units there. And yeah, Mustard taking point 1 is going to be a problem. You might want to turn Zhao Ming into a human, throw a Final Trans right there if you have it, or throw Dragon Breath. You got to throw something on that blob right about now. But I don't think Ketchup's going to be able to get any units there and save point 1. And Ketchup making a very good late game push, but it wasn't good enough. Point 1 is taken, and they're ticking up. They're ticking up. They're going to take it. How do you even screw up cooking beef? Like, you can just, like, fry the shit out of it, and you'll have an edible product. That doesn't mean it's going to be good. That's what I mean. Whereas, like, if you screw up cooking pufferfish, you'll literally die. But if you screw up cooking beef, it's just going to be chewy and, like, gross. Ate a dry-aged porterhouse today, and it was awesome. It's easy to overcook beef and make it too chewy, yeah. Sounds like perfect apple food. Good ketchup. Never had sort of problem. This is stage 3 ketchup. They did make it closer than I gave them credit for, but Yellow just had to take 1 point back, and they've already just won the game now. That's what I used it for down in minutes over 30. Yeah. But I do have people that like, oh man, we got some fucking steak. Let's have ourselves a steak. And there's not a lot of fat on it. It's a bad cut, and then they cook the shit out of it, and then you have to like really, you have to saw at it to even get a chunk off, and then when you chew it, your fucking like jaw hurts halfway through the steak. But they're like, oh, but it's a steak. And I'm like, yeah, it still kind of tastes like shit. Like, it doesn't matter what it is if it sucks. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of person that appreciates things because they are what they are. Like, I'm not the kind of person who's going to go back and buy an N64 game for $900 because it wasn't opened, and I'm going to be like, you know, I can get an emulator of this anytime, right? Or this game was remade and now it's just better. Like, I'm not that type of person that really cares about, like, what a thing is. Anyway, I digress. Adelmo coming in here, trying to keep me focused when I refuse to be focused. So, we do have Cole's Swarv Shopper, meaning RTK Swarv. I got there! Adelmo, Lord of RTK, Squire of all things, clan-related, wants me to remember and point out that his clanmate Swarv did in fact win this tournament with Cole Smart Shopper, which I will do now. RTK Swarv did in fact win this tournament with Cole Smart Shopper. Just give it up for him. There, let's go. Yeah. Raced and Big B's gave it a good go. I honestly thought that last game was going to be much more of a blowout than it ended up being, because their late game triple cap actually almost brought him back. But Zhao Ming was not able to hold off the giant horde of Slanesh that just sprinted at that point and took it. It was well played by everybody. Good job, Big B's. Good job, Erased. We've talked about Erased a lot on the channel in the past couple months, but dude's a good player. He's bronze on Ent Ladder, and I think that's a crime, because I think he's like, every time I play him, it's a close game, and then he loses, and it's like, it sucks because no system ever takes into account how close the games are. So if you lose every close game, it's the same as, you're worse off than someone who gets blown out and then like wins and gets blown out and then wins and then gets blown out and wins. That guy at least gets some wins. The system pushes him up, and I think Raced is criminally underrated because like he consistently barely loses, but it's not, you know, it's not how a system rewards it. So I think Raced is on the cusp of being pretty fucking good. So keep an eye out for him. I always love hyping up Raced. Watch as I hype him up and I talk about like how cool he is and stuff, and then like in real life he's just a dickhead. Like, I'm pretty sure he's not, which is why I'm saying that. Like, if I thought he was kind of a dickhead, I wouldn't say that. But, like, it'd just be funny if, like, wow, Human Boy was hyping this guy up. You get into a game with Race, he's just like, you fucking idiot. How dare you take Kislev double chariot? You're a real piece of shit. I get a bunch of DMs. Race is a dick. Why do you keep hyping up this guy? Anyway, I digress. All right, we'll stream something in a bit. We'll stream something in a bit that's unrelated to Warhammer. Maybe on Twitch. So if you aren't a part of the Discord, you know, join the Discord, and I announce when I do stuff there, and it's a good time. Just come hang out, have fun. It's looking like the community voted for a really cringe game, so you might have to deal with that. I'm sorry. You mad lad, Hank Cyrus, what it tastes like when you weren't drunk? I don't know. Thanks to Queden for hosting this today. He hosts a lot of 2v2 tournaments. He's hanging around the community, whether it's going up or whether it's going down. Queden's always around, so if you see him on Discord, see him on YouTube, say hi to him. He's a good guy. Imagine if he came into the channel just for the last sentence there. Yeah, dude. I have never seen Raced in my chat, unless his YouTube name is wildly different than his actual name. So I have no idea if he knows, like, that I talk about him. But, like, it'd be so funny if you clipped that last part where I was saying, man, Raced is just a dick, and, like, just sent it to him, and he, like, fucking hates me. Or the opposite, that I talk him up all the time, but he actually just thinks I'm an annoying asshole. Like, he's like, nah, I never watched that guy's stream, so whenever I do tune in, he's just shouting about stuff, and I fucking hate him, and I'm over here like, Race is such a nice guy. Is there a working bracket for this tournament? The one I see didn't individuals listed? Adelmo challenge was being broken today, so Queden had to do it all by hand. So you have to talk to Queden about that, but we're just kind of patching together something with duct tape and balsa wood at the moment. So today's tournament was a little scuffed, but nice job to everybody who did play it. It was good. It was good. Anyway, I'll see you around soon. I'll probably start up that other stream in about 30 minutes or something. Got to coordinate some things. Got to go pet a puppy. You know how it is. Thanks for hanging out today. See you guys. Oh, if you aren't subscribed, do that. Come on. Come on, buddy.